Wilkesboro in this track here in North Carolina, a distance of about 40 miles. Guys like Kyle Petty, Rusty Wells, many others were along for the ride, and we're here now. Well, I hope you brought some moonshine for Jamie and I.
But it was so much fun to be able to do that, pull that off. I threw the idea across the table to Marcus Smith a few weeks ago, and he's like, "Well, do it." So that's exactly what we did. Rode in here with about 100 of my friends. We burned a lap around the racetrack. It was so much fun. How many? Jamie, he makes one lap and comes out and says lost his, what, a second and a half out there in the racetrack.
The second half of that one lap.
But to be able to do that with 100 people and roll in here and make that lap, you know, it's just an old school vibe, and man, it felt good to roll up through the mountains with a Harley.
Yeah, there were a lot of people coming in on Harleys enjoying it. All right, so we heard from the guy who's won 3 races this year, William Byron, and there are Ross Chastain fans, but some of them may not be on the track. Yes, he's been aggressive. We've counted a number of incidents with different drivers. He was second in points last year. He's become the new bad boy, the villain.
Oh God, I can't turn off video.
Figure.
Well, I guess you have to see my ugly face for once.
Jamie McMurray sat down to talk to him about it.
I'm so glad it's like
if he fucking answers.
Let's talk about it.
I think you can ask Kenny.
Dylan, answer your phone. Let me message him. He's not answering. I told him I was going to call him before driver intros. He's having trouble getting cell signal. I'm messaging him now to let him know, hey, motherfucker, I'm calling. I'm trying to call, man. You bastards have to see my ugly face on this fucking stream now. Redial, let's try this again. Any day now. Damn, he said it said missed call, but it's not ringing. Well, I mean, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. This is what happens when you build a racetrack in the middle of fucking nowhere. Hold on, let me tell him to call me. So I started the stream early to give Dylan a call because he's at the racetrack, and I thought that would be kind of neat to have a live. Oh, they're having this Ross Chastain. Let's listen to this Ross Chastain segment for a minute.
Everybody wants, and I'm going to try to do that. I'm not a machine, though. I can't just dial it down like with a knob.
It's 2%, right?
I'm human.
Well, Caden, I think McDowell is an idiot, but I think he had a reason to be pissed at Ty Gibbs.
Well, then maybe you
I'm glad he didn't overreact and do something really fucking stupid, but you know, he had a reason to be pissed. He's not stupid. In this instance, he's not stupid.
Says it all, guys. I spent 45
But I've seen him be stupid in the past, particularly in the All-Star Open. I've seen McDowell be stupid. I'm here for driver intros, and I was trying to see if I'd give Dylan a call. Said driver intros are at 7:30. It's 7:29. Let's get the show on the road.
Wanting him to change, I don't think one thing's going to change with him. I think he's going to race the same way he has all year long.
Well, you certainly grilled him pretty hard. If you needed some.
I muted most of that Ross segment. It sounded like McMurray was going in on his ass.
But I'll tell you what, I like what I see out of Chastain, you know, and I like it for our sport because you make highlights doing that. You clean up those mistakes, right? Some of them are mistakes. When you don't come out of the other end in a victory lane, that's a mistake in my opinion. You've got to be able to get your victory lane. Keep that aggression. I love the aggression, but it has to end up right here in victory lane. If not, it's a problem.
One of the most interesting things I've heard drivers talk about is Kyle Larson.
All right, fuckers, 7:30. Chris Myers has that look on his face like he needs to throw it to driver intros.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I love that he said he likes making other drivers uncomfortable. Will there be payback?
Gregson wrecks half the field, including himself, and then wins the fan vote and doesn't even have a car to be competitive in the race. Hey, it's intros. I said I would do intros. Oh, it's Adam Alexander. Can you believe that dude used to play football?
We are so happy to see you guys. Look at all the kids in the crowd.
Oh, my God.
How about you, D'Angelo?
I'm so excited because we get to go back to traditional short track racing.
What the fuck does this dude know about short track racing? Oh, it's D'Angelo Williams. He likes NASCAR. Never mind. I didn't realize who it was. D'Angelo, you're cool. He's legit. He likes NASCAR. Carolina Panthers legend.
I see Austin Dillon wearing the hat, so I figured.
Caden, I said the same thing. Well, how does fucking Noah have fans? He's fucking stupid, and everybody that likes him is stupid. I did like that Noah and Ty did things that we expect them to do in that race. As soon as Ty got past, he wrecked the guys that passed him. And then Noah did something stupid and wrecked himself and a bunch of others and gets to benefit from it. Typical.
It is time to meet the 24 drivers.
Oh, my God.
Going for the $1 million in the All-Star race.
Woo! All right, D'Angelo, we're going to introduce.
I was hoping they would come to the conclusion that Noah's car couldn't run and they'd send him home and put the next fan vote guy in.
You can tell who's my favorite by how I introduced him.
Fans, put him in the show. A rookie from Las Vegas wins the fan vote. Driving the 42 for Legacy Motor Club.
Doesn't deserve to be here. My cable started freezing as soon as he came out. You talk about not deserving it.
He raced his way into his first ever NASCAR All-Star race tonight. He's 20 years old, driving for Joe Gibbs Racing, starting 23rd.
Oh no, here come the boos. What would Jesus do? He wouldn't boo. Boy, this licensed music's going to wreak havoc on me, isn't it? Yeah, I'll mute it if they play it too long. Ty Gibbs, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Berry got his first checker flag in a cup car. Yes, it was the All-Star Open, but it's a win. It's something. So good for him. I like how they weren't playing music for the first couple of intros, and now they are. They just couldn't play good music at this race.
Piloting the iconic number 43 for Legacy Motorsports.
Motor Club, you idiot. Jimmy Johnson's going to have to correct her ass. 43 car looks sick. The STP paint scheme never gets old. Eric Jones is in this race because he won the Southern 500 last year. I was there. That was a really good race. So he's here by winning a race I was at. There are two drivers in this race because of races that I was at. I like how you look at a pit crew and it's like, gee, I wonder which one's the gas man. Is it the big fat fucker? Always. Tyler Reddick. Yeah, Josh Berry earned it. Still want to know why Ryan Newman was not eligible, even though he's a former All-Star winner.
Driving the number 47, starting 19th.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Daytona 500. That's why he's here. You voted for Harrison Burton. I didn't vote this year. I forgot. They're cheering. All those Kyle Larson fans are cheering. By the way, Larson's my bet for tonight. If Larson wins, I get $17. I'll take it. Last week, I won money on William Byron. You guys didn't hear that because I didn't stream last Sunday, but I watched the race in the hotel, and I had money on William Byron. So, Ross Chastain, you're the man for helping me win because he took out Larson. Cindric, who's here because he won the Daytona 500 last year, has been a ghost ever since. I love the Keystone car. But yeah, Austin Cindric has been invisible for over a year. Oh my God, they're playing AC/DC. At least they're playing good music.
And 2 wins already this season, driving the number 5.
Hey, my bet. Yes, he's starting deep in the field, but gonna have to save tires. He's got a lot of track time here this week. Won the truck race. Yeah, I got Kyle Larson for the win. Yeah, if Larson wins, I get $17. Last week I won 20 on Byron. I think Harvick, he didn't look good in practice or the heat race, but on a track where you've really got to save tires and it's an old school kind of race, I wouldn't be surprised to see Harvick win. Harvick or Denny Hamlin's the favorite. I would have bet on Denny Hamlin, but he's the heavy favorite, 6.5 to 1. So I was thinking Hamlin, Larson, or Harvick. Somebody with a lot of experience. How many laps? 200 laps tonight. There's going to be a competition caution at lap 100. He got a little boo, but not as much as he used to get booed. Kyle Busch gets cheered a lot now. How do they revive this track? I don't know, but it looks insane, doesn't it? It looks like a brand new race, a brand new racetrack, except for the surface. There's Chase. Locked into the All-Star race for life because he's won a championship. But yeah, it's surreal to see this. Because everything looks so clean and brand new. It looks like a legit racetrack, like they never left. My first All-Star race was 1999. That's the first one I can remember watching. 99 was the first one I can remember watching. Left Rocky Road. Speaking of ice cream, I tried the brownie cake blast from Sonic today. Very good. I want another one. You can't DoorDash Sonic, though, so I'm fucked. Or I would do it. There's Blaney. How's he in? He didn't win last year. He didn't win this year. Oh, he won the All-Star race last year. Duh. I was like, shit, when's the last time Blaney won anything? Oh, yeah, he's in this race because he won the All-Star race last year. Without a window net. Incidentally. Go back and listen to that live stream. You'll hear a hilarious reaction to the end of a race. Bacon carbonara spaghetti. That sounds good. Yeah, Caden, the racing's been okay. It's been better than I thought with these cars. The tire wear and the lack of rear grip definitely helps. Bubba Wallace is in this race because he won Kansas in the playoffs last fall. Like, how the hell's Bubba in this race? He don't win. It's like he won Kansas last year.
The 2015 All-Star race winner and 3-time Daytona 500 champion.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney actually won the All-Star race twice in the same day. You're right, Caden. Seriously, guys, go back and listen to that live stream from last year. Listen to like the last 30 laps or whatever. Really just the last 10 or 15 laps. There's Denny. That's who I would have bet on, but he, like I said, he's the heavy favorite. I got to chase a little money. Not too much, so that's why I went with Larson.
Please welcome the 2012 NASCAR
Love the Yahoo car for Denny.
driving the number 6 car for himself from Rochester Hills, Michigan, starting at
Now, Brad, I think, is underrated here. A couple of guys that aren't heavy favorites that I like tonight. Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez. And Kevin Harvick, I already mentioned him. Harvick, Suarez, Keselowski. I like them tonight. You might be able to steal some money there.
One-time Cup Series winner, driving the number 20. He's the 2017 Truck Series champion, and tonight, starting 7.
Christopher Bell came out here in that Interstate Battery suit, and I said, who's cosplaying as Kyle Busch? And I realized, oh, wait, it's Bell. Looks like he's 12 years old. How long is Christopher Bell going to look like he's 12? Ryan Blaney finally grew up. He doesn't look 12 anymore. Maybe Bell needs a beard.
Series victories, hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, driving the 24 car and starting 6th.
William Byron, the man who won me $20 last week with an assist from Ross Chastain. Been the fastest car consistently all year. I knew I was going to steal some money sooner or later if I just kept betting on him. Oh, yeah, it's the Hey song that was written by a guy who got arrested for child pornography. Did you know that?
For Stewart Haas Racing from Mitchell, Indiana, starting 5th tonight.
Chase Briscoe, who said earlier he really believes he has a chance to win tonight, and I'm sitting there wondering, oh, you got a chance to win. What are you going to do to ruin it? What is Chase Briscoe going to do to fuck it up if he has a chance to win? And now they're playing Money, Money.
He's the 2018 Daytona 500 champion. Driving for
Oh,
Richard
Jesus.
Childress.
Austin Dillon is in this race because he was running 25th at Daytona and a rainstorm happened and 24 cars in front of him crashed. That is why Austin Dillon is in this race. But he's here. It counts.
He's the 2016 All-Star Race winner and defending series champion, driving the number 22 for Roger Penske, starting 3rd tonight.
Joey seems to win every time we go to a new old racetrack or somewhere we've not been. Joey seems to win these kind of races, so keep an eye on him. If it disintegrates into an all-out brawl like the All-Star Open did, I wouldn't be surprised.
15 Xfinity Series champion and 2-time Cup winner from Prosper, Texas, in the 17 machine, starting 2nd.
Chris Buescher also in this race because he won a race I was at last year. He won Bristol. Keselowski should have won it, but Buescher ended up winning. I was there.
He won his first race last season in Sonoma, California. He hails from Monterrey, Mexico, driving the number 9.
Amigo, is Darrell Waltrip going to say amigo a lot in the booth? DW's in the booth tonight. For any of you guys who want to wax nostalgic. About the better days of NASCAR on Fox coverage. You know, the pre-Danica era NASCAR on Fox.
Those are the 24 drivers going from
I knew Darrell Waltrip was finally losing touch when he kept saying how good Danica was and how good she could be. I was like, yeah, you've lost touch, man.
Thank you, Adam and Jamie D'Angelo. What a scene. Glad you're soaking it up. We're alive. Getting closer to the All-Star Race, the 39th annual event.
I passed on going to this race. I hope I regret it. I'm not rooting for this race to suck. I hope I regret not going. I'd be in the infield right now. And I tried to call Dylan a little while ago, but he has cell signal. He can get messages. He can send text, but the video call's not working because North Wilkesboro is in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'll be right back. Yeah, the Hey song, I think it's called Rock and Roll Part 2 or some shit. It was in the Joker movie. Yeah, but it was written by a pedophile. However, I think they have a thing where the guy that wrote that song gets no money for it now because, well, he's a pedophile. Universe works in mysterious ways. Oh, where's the fucking updated leaderboard? This race is starting in a few minutes. We still got 14 minutes, I think. North Wilkesboro is getting a points race next year. They've not announced it yet, but it's coming. I was just thinking, hell, it might replace the Auto Club date, or they'll take the Charlotte Roval away and just make the fall race at North Wilkesboro. Figure that's what they'll do. I'd love to go to North Wilkesboro in October. It probably won't be that hot. There's the fucking race center, bitch. Still hasn't updated from the open. Oh boy, the Chicago street race. The race that literally nobody wants. NASCAR fans don't want it, and the people that live in Chicago don't want it, but by God, we're getting it anyway. It'll be an interesting watch, that's for sure. This will no doubt be better than any all-star race at Texas, despite the fact that current cars suck on short tracks.
For that track, and we welcome you back to race day on FS1, presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, as we're counting it down to the start of the all-star race. Let's have a quick check on the Coca-Cola Racing family of drivers. And Daniel Suarez.
It's gonna be one hot night.
The All-Star race has a good front row shot tonight. Austin Dillon at his fourth All-Star.
I never thought I'd be clamoring for Chicagoland to come back, but yeah, I'll take it.
Celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Coca-Cola Racing family.
"25 years of Coke drivers. You've been one for 18 years now. You're a first-year Coke driver. When you look at the list of guys that
a Hendrick guy being a Coke guy, not a Pepsi guy, is so odd.
Dale Jarrett's, Bill Elliott's of the world. How much does that mean to be a Coke driver?
It's certainly surreal to be now part of the Coke family for 18 years. I'm wondering if that's the longest stint the Hamlets had, but it's just been a dream of mine. I never forget rolling off the grid for my very first race at Kansas, and I got Rusty Wallace beside me, Jeff Gordon in the row in front of me, and Mark Martin in front of him. And I'm like, this is a video game. This just isn't real that I'm out here on the track with these guys. And oddly enough, when Chase was younger, rooting on his dad, we were rooting on the same guy because Bill Elliott was my guy. That's why I have number 11. When he drove for Junior Johnson, I just latched onto that number, and I've been number 11 my entire racing career because of Bill Elliott.
For me, it's just cool to hear that, right? To hear a fellow competitor that was a fan.
Next year, the Cup Series is racing at Devil's Canyon. You heard it here first.
For many years, I was trained as
and then they're gonna have a truck race at Old Spas.
But it's definitely special, and I appreciate them letting me be a part of this group. Family in racing, guys, it's a huge part of racing. I know there's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of things that family has to do for race car drivers. What's that meant to you guys?
Well, I mean, I know the sacrifices certainly my parents made to help me get to this point. And it was able to pay off, and now, my parents get to enjoy the life that they probably should have been enjoying years ago.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my path was much different. Dad had a great racing career and, wanted to support me and what I wanted to do. And fortunately, that has worked out to this point, and we're grateful for that, too.
North Wilkesboro
tons of history at this place. You think we're going to bridge some generations this weekend, some gaps maybe of young fans and old fans and just everybody coming together?
I think so, for sure. I mean, anytime we go somewhere new or a new venue, there's always excitement to build around it. But when we go back now to somewhere we were at decades ago, you're certainly going to have the nostalgic fans really be interested in it and hopefully rally around it.
Just have a place that has held.
We saved North Wilkesboro. We did it.
Really go away. I mean, I think everybody involved in this should be super proud to not let this one join that trend.
A lot of tradition there. Denny Hamlin, by the way,
Notice they were using the old Coca-Cola logo.
Super 6, the favorite coming into this race, and you know this
No,
year,
Devil's Canyon is not real.
in the race, and that was Kyle Larson back in Richmond. So what do you guys see when you see this board, Jamie?
Well, Clint, I'm going to go for it. I like Chris Buescher. We have no history at this track, but he's 1-for-1 racing here. Won his heat race last night, plus 1,400. Who you got?
Man, I like the kid that was sitting here with us.
They're going to race at Dockside next year.
He's been on fire this year at 24. Last time he was here in Victory Lane, I think it all makes sense.
Sorry, Larson, that does have 2 All-Star
Old Spice Speedway's not real either.
This is surprising. I mean, Joe Logano, who seems to win everywhere first time, and then you even have Kozlowski and Ross Chastain.
I can't believe Ross is so low on the odds. He might be worth putting a bet on.
Done this, and I'm going for it. Bubba Wallace in that 23 car. They booed him out there. I think he's going to put it in their face and take all their money.
Boy, it would be pretty sweet if Bubba won this. And then they'd just be, it's not a point race, it don't count. But they'd still be mad that he won.
But they always seem to figure it out, Clint.
You don't think anybody will give
Yuki, you're not the only one that said that this week. There's been a lot of buzz of like, yeah, throwback weekend needs to be at North Wilkesboro now. It was cool that it was at Darlington. Darlington's a good place for it, but I think they should move it to North Wilkesboro.
For the NASCAR All-Star
So,
race,
I agree.
Free chance to win money for Clint. The Fox Bet Super 6 app, the jackpot up to $5,000. And the question here, which of these, and you guys have to answer, previous All-Star
Man, it's weird
winners
seeing
was
Harvick
in the
next to
best
the number
position.
29.
And I'm going to go with that Denny Hamlin. I think he was fast. The Gibbs cars are fast. Ty Dillon was fast. Denny Hamlin.
Kyle Larson.
Won the All-Star race.
9-1.
It's just hard to go against him. It's been fastest guy in the series recently.
It's that easy, guys. Go on that Fox Bet Super 6 app. It's free to play. Put in them picks just like we just did. And you just might win old Clint's 5,000 Smackatelli.
I'd like to win his money.
What's a smackatelli? Is that a kind of is that a type of currency in the state of Kansas, Clint Boyer?
Yeah, he still counts it. He still has a check. There's nothing in it.
25 to 30,000 fans, over 100 acres. We're back here. It's been great. Nice
I got my
having you
leaderboard
here.
up now.
Have fun calling the race. Darrell Waltrip and Mike Joy. And right now, let's go to Michael Waltrip for the grid walk. Mike,
North Wilkesboro grid walk.
I'm so happy to be here. Austin Cindric, I like interviewing you. You're my high. I like interviewing you.
He likes interviewing Cindric Hill. I feel like we haven't heard from him in over a year.
Have fun in the All-Star race. It's a beautiful Sunday night, isn't it? Yes, sir. You matched my car. You look good. Oh, thank you.
What's
got
up,
the
Michael?
Keystone colors on
Michael,
there.
can you believe Ross Chastain's so low on the odds?
Go racing?
Yeah, I'm ready. We'll see what we got here.
And how much do I get if Larson wins?
Hey, let me ask you a question. Will you shotgun a beer if he wins $1 million tonight?
Only if it's your beer, Mike.
Oh, listen to there. Have fun, Kyle. I just interviewed Austin. That was fun. All right, let's go to Harv. Harv, I know I talked to you earlier, but this 29, all I can say is wow. It's beautiful. And the guy saw
Tried to video call Dylan, but he can't get enough signal to call. We can only text each other. You took Austin Dillon? I would have taken Suarez or Chastain, or maybe Harvick. Kozlowski. He would have been a good one.
Here we go. We're going to shuffle on down.
I love Harvick's fire suit, by the way.
Hi, Kyle. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How about you? What's up?
It's a beautiful night. My brother's up in the booth. That's pretty cool. RC taking pictures with Harv. That was beautiful. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, it brought back a lot of memories. I just told him about remembering Atlanta with that old car.
I remember it well. Have fun tonight, bud. Hope you go get a Winston win, All-Star win, whatever we call it. That was all the way back to 2000.
Mikey called it the Winston.
All-Star. Let's go.
See if we can find. There's Chase Elliott. Chase, hadn't got to talk to you on the grid walk since you came back from your injuries, but man, it's good to see you. Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, I think the last time I was on a grid walk, I ended up in the hospital the next week. So let's not do that again.
Oh, yeah. You think I better slip off?
I think you should go.
Okay, have fun in the All-Star race. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to throw the green on NASCAR.
You got Logano winning. Like I said, he's, for whatever reason, Logano wins new racetracks, new/old. It's basically new. Have you seen how they rebuilt this place? It's insane. So $18 if Larson wins. I will take that. If anytime I can get over $15, I'm probably going to take the best driver available. I don't feel like tonight's a night for long shots, but Suarez, Keselowski, Harvick, Chastain shouldn't be a long shot, but he kind of is. Be right back. If this race is as chaotic as the LA Coliseum race, then this will have been worth it, because at least caution laps here count. The Coliseum race sucked because caution laps didn't count. Good to be home. I spent 8 days in a hotel because my friend Tash came here from Australia, and it was just best to get a hotel instead of staying at the house. I just really missed my bed because the bed at the hotel sucked. I loved everything about hanging out with her and staying there, but the hotel bed sucked and made me want to go home so much. So I'm very happy that I got to sleep in my own bed. Really wish I didn't agree to work yesterday. Yesterday was the single most annoying day of work I have had in the entire time I've worked for that company. Ugh. I wanted to fucking kill everyone. It sucked so bad. But I did it. That's extra hours for this week because Jesus Christ, I need them. I spent a lot of money this last week. That's kind of why. One of the many, I've explained all the reasons why I didn't go to North Wilkesboro today as I was originally planning on to go sit in the infield. I didn't go for a lot of reasons. And yeah, it was just a combination of a lot of things that kept me from going. I suddenly started thinking about the Martinsville spring race from last year and I was like, wait a minute, these cars suck on short tracks. Do I really want to go to North Wilkesboro? Like, I'll give them another year to fix the goddamn race cars before I take a chance. I'm still going to Bristol later this year.
Super Speedway. Our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. Goodyear. More driven.
Roots. Often a sore sight.
You played this already, Fox.
They rise, only to be noticed by a watchful eye.
I saw a side-by-side picture. So the media center in the infield at North Wilkesboro used to be the care center. And there was a picture from inside the care center from like 2019. And it looked like a horror movie. There was like a fucking wheelchair sitting there and a couple of tables and stretchers. And it was like all shitty looking. And now today it's the media center and it looks all fancy and new and shiny. And it's like, wow, man. This is insanity that this track is back. He's like Larson, Suarez, Dillon, Elliott, Harvick, and Hamlin in fantasy. Dillon might be a steal, but I don't see it. He has been solid on short tracks as of late.
NASCAR time capsule.
I like Harvick and Hamlin for the style of race this could turn into if we get a long green run at the end. Tire conservation, if that's even possible in this car. Because I heard somebody from the Open talk about it's really hard because track position's so important. You have to just go as hard as you can. You can't really save tires. And the track just eats them up anyway.
Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome Executive Director of the Billy Graham Training Center at the Cove, Will Graham.
Say the fucking prayer, asswop.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity for us to come back to North
Let us pray,
Wilkesboro
fuckers.
and another great race. Thank you for sending your son Jesus to die on the
Last
cross
time I talked to
for our
Dylan,
sins.
his phone was
We are
on
thankful
2%.
that you raised him from
So
the dead,
I doubt
and
I
we
hear from
confess
him.
that he alone is Lord. We commit this race, these drivers, and these teams into your hands. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Savior, we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome North Carolina's very own platinum-selling Columbia recording artist, Cameron Morlow.
He's got a Kannapolis Intimidators baseball shirt on. That's kind of cool. Oh, we get to judge the anthem this week because I started my stream super early. We usually don't get to do this. Excuse me. Harvick, I love your fire suit.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting.
Dylan is somewhere near turns 3 and 4 in the infield. Sent me pictures earlier.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free.
It'd be funny if his voice went really high pitched. Not a horrible anthem, but shut the fuck up now. I'm tired of hearing it. Our national anthem is the most pretentious song in the history of music. Boy, we really think we're the shit, don't we? When we're really not. Yeah, that was a good reminder that when Ricky Stenhouse and Danica broke up, he traded up. You see his wife there? My mom just texted me, where are you at the track? I said, I changed my mind. These cars suck on short tracks. I'm kind of sick, and I didn't want to be there for 12 hours. No, I didn't hear Bubba's interview. Was it after the truck race, Michael, or was it during practice, or what was it? I missed it. Truck race sucked. I mean, it was good from second on back, but there was never a moment in that race where there was any question about who was going to win, so it was just a waste of fucking time. I really didn't enjoy it. My mom's like, you should have went. I'm like, well, maybe, but... Oh, I did. I read the quote that Bubba had about the booze. Which is why I'd love it if Bubba won this race. It'd be so funny. There's Junior! Junior won the All-Star race! And then the fucking spectator bridge outside Charlotte Motor Speedway going into turn 4 fucking collapsed and hurt a bunch of people. For some reason, I remember seeing that on the news the day after the race. I was like about to be forced to go to church, and the news came on, and I saw the thing about the bridge collapsing.
At North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, it's the NASCAR All-Star Race for 2023.
Remind the boomers why Bubba's in this race to begin with. It's because he fucking won a race last fall.
At the ready to compete for you and a chance at $1 million. So let's go to pit road, beginning with Jamie Little.
Well, Mike, Kevin Harvick has a new look tonight. He is bringing back the number 29 for this night only. He ran this number for 12 years, and it was his idea to run it tonight. But he had to get his old boss, Richard Childress, to sign off. His sponsor and his team all said, go ahead. Now, can you imagine if he could drive it to victory lane and win the All-Star race? And
shout out to Richard Childress for allowing that to happen.
Regan?
Well, Jamie, when you think of All-Stars, you have got to think of 2022 Series champ Joey Logano and winner of the 2016 All-Star race. Always so good in this event. In fact, he's got the best average finish in the All-Star event of any driver in the field throughout the course of his career. But challenges through practice and the qualifying race for him last night. The car was loose in practice. They didn't have an opportunity to get a good read on it because they were on the rain tires last night instead of the slicks. They were on for the entire heat race. Crew chief Paul Wolf told me if they're going to be good tonight, they've got to get this race car tightened up just a little bit. Josh?
Well, Regan, William Byron did his part to get track time here at North Wilkesboro. Raced in a late model race midweek, finished runner-up. Raced in the truck race on Saturday, had a good run there, and he got a good feel for what this track is, and he likes what he's got. He's got good track position. And remember, back in 1996, the final Cup race here, the 24 went to victory lane. William Byron hoping to return to North Wilkesboro with the 24 in victory lane again.
It's time.
Tonight, you have a chance to win $5,000 of Clint's cash on Fox Bet Super 6. For your chance, just download the Super 6 app on your phone, enter your 6 All-Star race predictions. Download now and get your picks in before the contest closes. Our honorary dignitaries tonight are all members of the NASCAR Hall of Fame. This track's 2 winningest NASCAR Cup Series drivers will give the command to start engines. The winner of the last Cup race here, Jeff Gordon, will drive the pace car, and his crew chief that day, Ray Evans.
Michael, I saw that on my Facebook memories too, because I was at work and I came home and saw the last part of that race, and I was like, holy fuck, and I posted on Facebook about it, so yeah, it popped up in my memories as well. What a weird time 2020 was. DW's really let himself go. DW has man boobs now. Darrell Waltrip looks like the Penguin all of a sudden. Oh, they said gentlemen. Darrell Waltrip's sexist. Cancel NASCAR on Fox. Darrell Waltrip hates women. The controversy at the 2023 All-Star race where Darrell Waltrip said, gentlemen, start your engines instead of drivers.
A line item in his post-COVID budget to revitalize the state's racetracks. And look what's happened to this one. NASCAR's core fan base is here for tonight's All-Star race at the revitalized
How many fucking Dale Jr. Sundrop shirts are in the crowd? There's one less because I didn't go. I was going to wear one of my Sundrop shirts. Will someone have to win this race twice again? Well, it depends on how many overtimes we get. Now, we need to be clear on the rules, because they never are. They never explain. Is this All-Star race also under the rules that if a caution comes out on the white flag, they'll line up and have another restart? Because they didn't make that clear last year. I know the format for this is very easy to follow. Competition caution at lap 100. That's it. That's pretty much the only thing. You've only got so many sets of tires as well. That's another wrinkle. You usually don't get that in a cup race. They usually just can keep putting tires on and putting tires on. There's actually a limit on their sets. I mean, there's always a limit on their sets, but we never get to that point. But there's a real strict limit on sets of tires today, if I'm not mistaken. Caution laps do count. Fuck you, Clash at the LA Coliseum. We won't have a race like that again. And oh yeah, the Bristol Dirt Race is coming back next year for some reason. A couple of things have leaked. A Wilkesboro points race next year and Bristol Dirt Race is coming back. Chicago Street Race TBD, but I guarantee it doesn't happen again after this year. I don't care what 3-year agreement they have. That shit ain't happening again. I think the first 100 laps of this race will be exceptionally boring. But that usually happens in most races anyway. But I think it'll be very boring for the first 100 laps. And it will continue to be boring until they get a late caution, if they get a late caution. If they don't get cautions, this race probably ain't going to be very good. I didn't go today because I just have my doubts about the short track package, like everybody else.
Wilkes County, North Carolina, the home of Junior Johnson and the scene of some great NASCAR races from 1947 to
Wish I'd made my mind up sooner before Dylan bought the tickets. But I know he's having fun today. He's been texting me all day and showing me pictures and shit and saying he's really liking the experience.
Joey Logano. The 2016
oh my God, I was off the pace. I'm kidding.
Chase Briscoe and William Byron, who leads the league with 3 victories this season in row 3. Christopher Bell and Brad Keselowski, the 2012 Cup champion in row 4. Row 5, Denny Hamlin, the 2015 All-Star winner. And Bubba Wallace. That is the top 10 of the 24 drivers that are going to square off here.
Once again, NASCAR ran rain tires yesterday on a dry racetrack. Are they ever going to run them on a wet racetrack?
Richard Petty 115 here, Darrell Waltrip.
So next weekend, I'm definitely streaming the Xfinity race. I'm not streaming the 600 because I'll be there at the race. I don't know if I'm streaming trucks on Friday. It depends on who's in it.
And back together.
Larry, Darrell, and Mike.
2001 to 15, Larry McReynolds, Darrell Waltrip, and myself. We're the booth for NASCAR on Fox. Clint Boyer joins us for tonight. What an event. What excitement. What just the
Let Darrell talk. Come on.
I think that's the word, the key word is excitement.
The 600 starts at 6. I will be there.
I haven't run into a fan yet that
got great seats for real cheap.
So, and what they've done to the facility, it's amazing. I don't remember it looking this way.
It didn't.
It didn't.
It never did.
I mean, I know walking out that back gate 27 years ago, I went, that's it. We're never going to go back there. But here we are. And what I love about it, what they've done, they've upgraded all the things that need to be upgraded.
Everything about this track looks awesome.
The same.
Yeah.
Well, hey, one thing's the same. As soon as you got back in this saddle, I heard you talking about, all right, how do we pass 10-time winner here, DW? That is incredible. But this racetrack, you said it, downhill getting into 1, uphill getting into 3. You said all the action is in 1. By the way, in that open race, that's where she was.
Well, it is. And it's because I think you forget. I know I did. I forget you're going downhill and you pick up a lot of speed and you get into turn 1 and all of a sudden, whoops, I didn't mean to get into you. And that's what happens. But turn 3.
Such a unique characteristic to this racetrack, the elevation change going down the front straightaway and up the back straightaway. That's so cool. It's going to get a repave, unfortunately, but it's necessary. They said they can't run the jet dryer or the air titans out here because the track might just break.
You're going to make somebody mad.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have some action.
It's going to get physical. Wow, 24 cars for $1 million.
4 sets of tires for 200 laps.
NASCAR will waive a competition caution.
Caution at lap 100.
Lap 100 being a little non-specific to give them room in case there's a caution flag near lap 100. You have 4 sets of tires. And oh, by the way, what'd you do with your $1 million?
$1 million.
Oh, that's right.
What $1 million?
What about the money that Rusty took from him in turn 4 in '89 at Charlotte?
I won 11 races here. I just didn't get credit for the 11.
Hey, Daryl's taking a shot at Brett Bodine and Larry Mack.
For race day and grab an ice cold Busch Light.
There's been a bunch of them sold today. I promise you, they've been through a bunch of them.
Why do you think the race is at night? Sunday night.
So, got some heavy.
One to go.
Boys, Suarez very fast. This RFK bunch, Larry, very impressive.
Yeah, I would rather just have Larry, Daryl, and Mike one more time and have Boyer be down there talking to fucking Jamie Mack or Chris Myers.
He's just been hitting the ball right down the middle.
Jamie Mack did a good job in the booth for the Open today.
It didn't matter what configuration. That 17 car was good.
Yeah, I might be a little partial to the 17, but I think he's the guy to watch.
Oh,
I think he's the man. That car is great.
They have been ready. They're poised for a win, and it just might come at this big dance tonight in front of this sold-out crowd. Logano, new event.
That's a nice fucking crowd, though. I'm just really glad I don't have to sit there in the parking lot for 2 hours after the race tonight. And I'm here with you guys.
To race 200 laps for $1 million.
At the end of the race, I'm saying, all right, Dylan, time to go. Oh, wait, I'm already home. Ray Abraham, wave that green flag. Wave it a little better than that, Jesus. Suarez with the big launch. Busher didn't get going at all. And you're going to want to get to that bottom as soon as you can. You saw the Open. Austin Dillon stacking up the outside line there. Byron got to his inside. Logano into second. The new track guy. Busher. Denny Hamlin. Wow, Hamlin sliding off the corner. He's on the bottom. On fresh tires, sliding off the corner. Suarez, Logano, Briscoe, Bell, Hamlin. Busher still hanging on the outside, but that's not going to last long.
7 years, DW, you can't go anywhere in that second group.
No, but you can drive into that third turn. It's amazing how much further into turn 3 you can go than you can turn 1.
You know, and I think that's what's probably...
When I saw that camera angle going into turn 1 just now, I just immediately thought of Ricky Rudd wrecking Dale Earnhardt. That was the same damn camera angle. That was eerie and surreal.
Fourth place, Hamlin moving up, so is Byron. Bell gets in line, and Chris Busher, who started outside pole, is still stuck on the outside.
Still, Jesus, he's 12th. He just got passed by his car owner.
It's early, Daryl. Don't worry, it's early.
Everybody in the entire race got on the bottom except Busher. He's got a great car. He just ain't got the track position now. Same thing Almirola thought during the Open. One of the reasons I didn't go to this race today, just like to throw that out there again. I'm not crazy for not wanting to go to North Wilkesboro today. Logano looks fast. He's run down the 99. And I think if this was late in the race, he'd have already passed him. But obviously, you're going to take it easy here early on. Don't need to make enemies too soon. Unless you're Ty Gibbs in the Open. Lucky for him, McDowell didn't transfer.
Better than anybody the whole way. Now, a lot of that, we go back to last night. Rain back there on top of the heat races. I think a lot of that will change because of that, right? We had wet weather tires on there, no stagger, some cars that were too tight.
Hamlin underneath Briscoe for third. They've got some history. Briscoe said he's got a shot to win tonight. I said, what are you going to do to fuck it up? Byron follows Hamlin through. Where's Larson?
And right behind him.
Larson's not even in the top 20 yet. I put money on a guy who has no track position.
That opens the door for Elliott.
You never know. Maybe I should have bet on. Maybe I should have went with more of a balance on who's starting closer to the front. Elliott roots the 20 up off the bottom, and they just conga line by him. Bell loses a handful of spots.
Right there is what we saw in the heat races. One driver opens a door, here comes 2 or 3 more just to keep filling that. You better be.
Ty Gibbs, biggest mover of the race, up 7 spots. Chase is up 6 spots. Hamlin up 6. Blaney up 5. And I'm pretty sure every damn one of them passed Chris Busher. Except Ty Gibbs, he's so far back.
That's not a bad car. There's a lot of really good cars back in the field. I think I'll find their way to the front eventually.
I think Larson and Chastain in particular are the guys in the back that are really going to be a factor late in this race.
Saw that a little bit in that open already.
They got Gregson's car fixed up pretty good for as junked as it was. He's outrunning Tyler Reddick right now. Yeah, he's next to last, but he's in front of someone.
It seemed like it was always the same problem here. Rear tires. You burn the rear tires off the car.
Didn't Harrison Burton exclusively change rear tires in the open? They did a 2-tire stop where they just changed rears.
That didn't go well, did it?
Hamlin under Logano for second. Now, see why Denny's the favorite. If I could have bet on Denny Hamlin, I would have. I'd have bet $20 on Denny Hamlin tonight if I could have. But I live in North Carolina.
Back to what we had for practice even way back on Friday. Those Gibbs cars had a lot of speed in them.
Yes, they did, and they also showed that speed on some long runs.
Gibbs cars are fast. You saw Gibbs in the open. The only reason he didn't win that handedly is because he pissed off Michael McDowell.
I don't think, what do we got, 12 laps in right now? I think in about 25.
Logano's car is fading a bit here. He got passed by Hamlin, but he still looks slower than Byron and Briscoe behind him.
I'd love to see my car, feel my car taking off and have a huge advantage on these cars early in the run. Might be upset on that on the backside of a run.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to have short run speed and long run speed at this place.
Now let's go to the opposite end as well.
Briscoe passes William Byron for fourth. A lot more passing going on than I thought. A lot of give and take early, though. Those passes are going to become harder to come by later in the race. There's Chastain and Larson running together. They can't stay away from each other. If you were watching last week, you saw it again. And Larson once again came up on the short end of the stick and getting wrecked late in the race for a win.
We decided to try something different. Said we were terrible yesterday. They adjusted on it. Larson doesn't have that comfortable feeling he's looking for, so they didn't expect to be too great, and he just continues to fall.
Isn't that just like a crew chief, though? Let's try something different. Give me a break. You don't want two of these races. Why not do that?
Stenhouse way out of the groove.
Right, Larry. That's it.
Oh, Stenhouse spins. Yeah, way out of the groove, all right. Caution's out.
Turned out across and got up high. Tried to get down and wasn't there. Wasn't clear. Slid up in the middle of 3 and 4. Got high. Tried to come down right across the nose of Eric Jones.
Write that down. 43, 47. They will see each other again.
That one, watch this. Saw it right out of the window. He came down.
Eric Jones spun to 47. Oh, Stenhouse kind of did come down on him.
Picture than that.
Well, you usually see a very different angle.
You just hang tight. Hang tight.
I've got to go with Clint. That was the effect. It wasn't the cause.
Oh, man.
We'll see.
Didn't even really need to be a caution, but they'll take it so they can go to commercial.
He tried to come back down to fill that void, and unfortunately, Jones was there.
You think he was
Killed that set of tires, I'd be willing to bet.
I'm thinking he should have known it was.
Hell, everybody's going to pit for tires here, right? They've ran 16 laps.
I'd be all hunched up in that seat.
So, guys, here's what might happen right now.
Tires.
We've run 15 laps. I go back, Mike, to what you set up with the race analysis. 4 sets of tires, 1 on the car, 3 in the pits. You can only change
1 on the car, 3. I thought they had 4 in the pits. My bad.
A lot of crew chiefs told me.
They might stay out here unless you're Stenhouse.
Take these tires off, put some stickers on, and that way we've got some 15-lap scuffs laying in the pits.
That's interesting. This could be a wrinkle to this race with this early caution. I thought they had 4 sets in the pits plus the 1 on the car. No, it's 3 in the pits, 1 on the car.
Now in the open race,
It's good to hear Daryl's voice.
The Wood brothers for Harrison Burton experiment and put on just rear
Pit road is open.
That did not work well for Harrison Burton.
And a lot of the back markers are coming
I
in.
think that's a good strategy. But
Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, Tyler Reddick, and of course Stenhouse are spun. They're all pitting.
then you got to work on the car.
Michael, here's where your Austin Dillon bet pays off, and here's where my Kyle Larson bet pays off.
17. Hey, that's your number. 17 laps complete. We're under caution in Wilkesboro.
Oh, man. Be right back. You guys are being quiet. You realize we're watching a North Wilkesboro race in the year 2023. I don't blame you for putting $1 on that. And we're back. Green flag. Jesus. Snuck up on me there. Who's the first car on fresh tires? I want to say it's Eric Jones. I think Eric Jones is the first car on fresh tires. Suarez out front. Briscoe on the outside going for second. He's not going to get it, though. Hamlin on the bottom. Hamlin's clearly got the best car. Suarez holds the lead for now. Logano shoves the nose in there on the 14, gets him out of the groove. Now Chase to the inside, but loses rear grip off the corner. Briscoe's going to hold Chase off for now. Gets on the bottom. Chase's car slid as soon as he touched the gas. Bell once again on the outside. And he's got fresh tire guys behind him as well. That's not good. Ty Gibbs way out of the groove. 3 wide. Riddick, Larson, Eric Jones, they've all got fresh tires. They're trying to get to the front, take advantage. Yeah, too fast exiting in a race with a third of the field missing.
I tell you, that 11 car, Larry, that 11 car is fast.
Eric Jones put the bumper to Ty Gibbs there, and then it set up a 3 wide. Gibbs tried to turn hard left and hit the 43 and nearly wrecked the field. He nearly did the Noah. So Eric Jones has made the most contact tonight of anyone so far. Keep count.
Think about a track like Richmond. Kevin Harvick got shoved aside, and that let the drivers who just got new tires move to his inside.
Oh, man. Oh. A lot of contact. Harvick's trying to hold off the guys on fresh tires. All 3 of those cars behind him look how deep Eric Jones is driving into the corner. My gosh. But he drove too deep. Now Larson's going to pass him. Oh, Larson can't get back in the gas. He's got the inside line, though. Reddick tucks in behind him. They're racing for 14th. Harvick says his car is absolutely terrible. Harvick says it's like a dump truck.
You can hear it. Listen to his throttle. You hear him really jabbing that gas off the floor. Trying to get
Womp, womp, womp. Like he's Charlie Brown's teacher? Is that what we're going for?
DW in the open, 15, 20 laps into the race, drivers could only get about 60 to 70% full throttle. Really?
Holy smoly.
Holy smoly. Ain't heard that in a while.
So there's Suarez leading, and Harvick continues to drop spots to some.
Hamlin's got the best car. It's hard to pass without just running over somebody, so he's kind of just stuck in second.
In 12th, Rivers transferred in from the open and started.
If Chase Elliott wins, NASCAR will announce a rules change where the All-Star race makes you playoff eligible. Harvick gets rooted off the bottom by the 43. Fresh tires ain't paying off like I thought they would yet. But with every lap that goes by and the guys haven't pitted at all, I bet it will start to pay off.
They do not need another caution in this early part of the race.
Larry, I'm not sure about that.
Daryl's seeing what I'm seeing. From like outside the top 10, it's a fucking war zone. My bet, Larson's the biggest mover since the restart. He's on fresher tires than everybody in front of him. He should start to be able to pick these guys off one by one and maybe get to about, I'll give him about 5th or 6th place by the end of this first 100 laps.
Moving past Harvick, who is now dropped to 20th.
I know Harvick's not having fun. He's 20th and hates his car.
What's that throttle?
And Larson back at the gas. A little bit more grip. 15 lap fresher tires.
Actually, off of 4, clear down on the apron, I've been watching.
There's the break we needed to get in the game here. Yeah, Jones has had a rough season. After the promise they showed last year for the 43 to be as bad as they've been, it's shocking.
See him down there utilizing that apron? That's the only car I've seen do that.
Larson's running lower than anyone to take advantage of the grip on the apron from where they repaved and redid the track down there. They just haven't touched the racing surface.
You watch, all these spotters will be telling their drivers, hey, this 5 car's making some hay down there. Get down on that concrete apron. Start migrating to it.
There's the shitty ghetto spotter stand.
Man, I tell you, this Christopher Bell, he is having trouble with the grip in his car, sliding all over the place.
Same thing as in his heat race last night. The first run for Christopher Bell was horrible.
Suarez and Hamlin are really separating themselves from the rest of the field.
They tuned it up and he got the fastest car late in the race.
Larry, just like in that open, lap 34 right here, this is where they really start slipping, sliding around, having trouble with the handling.
Yeah, this is where it really starts to show up, and it's only going to get worse. And we've got basically 66 laps to go before we know that next known caution.
Larson continuing to advance. He just passed Noah Gregson.
I don't need a yellow. I need it to stay green to lap 100.
Daniel Suarez has led
And Bell's car is so bad.
34 laps so far, chasing $1 million in the NASCAR All-Star race.
And they're going to cut the commercial right as Hamlin gets to the bumper of the 99. Hell, they know he ain't going to pass him. Why does my computer sound like a vacuum? Well, like Van Halen said, running a little hot tonight, I guess. RFK is a massive improvement. Like, quietly, they've been so good. It's just the way the stupid points and playoff system is, you don't really notice how good Keselowski and Buescher have both been, or how good Gibbs has been this year in his rookie season. It's a lot of things they don't pay attention to or notice anymore, because not the man, they went racer and then get in the playoff. Like, it's such a stupid fucking point system. See Truex missing the playoffs last year for confirmation.
Provided by Goodyear, powering every lap, every mile, and every victory on the road ahead. Goodyear.
Truex had his Dale Earnhardt 1997 season last year.
Like the guys last night were talking about how much better the rain tires, how much more grip they have with the rain tires than they do with the regular tires that they're running tonight. So they probably got a little tire testing work to do here.
Here's your Coca-Cola Racing Family update. Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, Logano 1-2-3 with Chase Elliott in 5th and Austin Dillon 16th. Kyle Larson, the man on the move, now up to 6th place.
DW, there must be some history here. That's 15-year experience with you three, because they
and Kyle Larson, I said he'd get up to 5th or 6th. He's already 6th. When they went to commercial, I'm pretty sure Larson was like 12th. He's 6th now.
Got them together. Look at these guys.
And Hamlin's still on the bumper of the 99, but hasn't done anything, or really can't do anything.
He is roughing them up tonight.
Apparently Eric Jones is at it again.
No, but I tell you, and we've said it a few times already, but that 5 car is closing up fast.
Yeah, about 2.5 tenths a lap.
Yeah, he's much quicker.
Brad Keselowski in trouble. They are passing him. There's a look at Eric Jones at the front of that group. Keselowski missed turn 1 and 2, got high in the corner, got passed by 2 cars. There's Christopher Bell going past Noah Gregson. Let's get an update on leader Daniel Suarez from Regan.
Well, Mike, what it started has been for Daniel Suarez leading every lap so far. His only complaint.
Hamlin really drove into turn 1. He missed it. He drove all the way deep into the bumper of the 99 and just slid up the track like the nose just took off on him. I think that was Hamlin saying, all right, I want to lead now, and it didn't work. Nah, he just drove deep off in the corner. He overdrove the corner. Larson's passed Elliott for 5th. 14 gets loose in front of him. Larson goes to his outside and tuck it back to the bottom. The slightly fresher tires will help, but you don't want to get on that outside and run too long. So of all the fresh tire guys, Larson's kicking ass.
Who got fresh tires at lap 18. Larson now 5th, Barry 11th, Jones 12th, Reddick 13th, and Wallace and Dillon. Remember, Larson had to start in the back because of the speeding penalty for the restart.
And you know what he's saying now? Hey, watch me now.
Yeah, Larson started dead last on lap 21.
I almost think Suarez checked up and took it easy getting in the corner, caught him off guard. He had to climb all over the brakes and got loose.
You're right.
But you know, back to that 5-car, Kyle Larson, who's all over the back of Joey Logano in the 22 right now for 3rd. He's got to keep getting all he can, but he cannot abuse those tires. We still have 50 laps.
Larson for 3rd. Logano lets him go wisely. Give and take in a modern cup race from somebody like Logano. Shocking. Hell, on these tires, even he's got to admit, fuck, it's no contest.
Well, you know, he does have that going for him. Yeah, and the car looks good.
And he was a late add to the truck race. Alex Bowman was supposed to drive that Henry truck.
Yeah, Larson won the truck race that he really wasn't even supposed to be in.
Next week or two was at Darlington last
So
week.
Bowman's probably thinking, well, damn, I could have done that.
He responded with a victory.
Well, I know there are a lot of great drivers in our sport. I know that. But I don't think there's any greater than Kyle Larson. He can get in anything. He can get on dirt and get. I can wait till he
Daryl's run.
See what he does at Indy.
He's running Indianapolis 500 next year. Imagine if somehow he was like superhuman enough to go and win that race.
Larson, Busch, Elliott, Hamlin, Logano, Harvick. Man, I think Daryl's already weighed in on that one.
Yeah. Made up my mind.
17 wasn't an option, DW.
That's okay.
Yeah, Michael, everybody started copying Matt Crafton and still couldn't beat Kyle Larson or make that race interesting at all. I think the 43 just hit the 48. Larson's to 2nd. I get a lead change here. I know Larson's got 15-plus lap fresher tires, but damn, from dead last all the way to the lead, he just took it easily.
I don't even think they put up a fight. They just move over and let him go.
Every team out here learned exactly what they needed to for the end of this race.
Here is Larson's pass.
Larson almost ran the Noah line into the inside wall over in turn 3 and 4. I think they need to curve that inside pit wall there in turn 1 a little more. The end of it, anyway.
I like it.
Those new tires at lap 18 are
Put some rumble strips down there or something. I don't know.
But for Eric Jones, who's just moved up to 10th place, Josh Berry behind him, Reddick, Wallace, and Dillon all in line from 10th to 15th, and they all got tires.
Yeah, all those guys that pitted with Larson are still 10th or worse. That's insane. All of these, this should be the top 5. The top 5 should be 5 of the guys that pitted. It's not. They're all 10th or worse, but Larson's leading. And we're getting the rapid fire commercials now. All-star commercials. Occasionally interrupted by a NASCAR race. At least there's enough to talk about during this race. one guy that pitted with Larson's running top 10, and they're running 10th. That was just mind-boggling. I think Larson needed 15 or so laps to figure it out. Pitt get an adjustment, and he's got him fucking whooped now. They debut.
We put the band back together for the NASCAR All-Star race at North Wilkesboro 64.
Larson's got a 2.5 second lead, and we still got 35 laps to go till the caution comes out. Larson better hope it goes green all the way, though, so they can keep that set of tires. William Byron pitted under green during the commercial. Wow. A green flag pit stop. Kyle Busch as well. Kyle Busch and William Byron pitted under green during the commercial.
You know what he's telling him? Mind the gap. You don't have to drive off and leave everybody in the dust. To just, mind the gap. Just keep a good distance.
That's what Josh Berry did in the open race. He was really good at just not pushing his stuff, remaining patient, giving and taking. He ended up winning. He just saved his stuff better than everybody. Now, that's why I picked Larson as my race bet tonight, because when Kyle Larson drove for Ganassi, he didn't know how to save shit. He didn't know how to save tires. He didn't know how to save equipment, and their shit didn't hold up well. Now he's got a car with shit that just won't break and won't wear out. And he's got all these years of experience now. He's won 1 million fucking races. He's become one of those guys like, yep, Larson, he's methodical. He's going to save his stuff. He'll be there at the end. He'll take it from you. I just, 6 or 7 years ago, he was so not that guy when he drove the 42. Stenhouse not trying to get lapped. Kind of has no choice, though.
He's got a pretty good wheel man behind the wheel of that thing, too. Now, Kyle Busch also made a pit stop under green. Jamie?
Yeah, you mentioned that, Mike. It's been a weekend for him. RCR and
Kyle Busch hasn't had fun at Wilkesboro this week.
This year, so Randall Burnett told me they did try something different here, and they struggled in practice. So Kyle's feedback just recently was, I am wrecking everywhere. So you saw him come down now. He is in last place.
Now his problem, he's 2 laps down right now, but I think here in about 4, 5, 6 laps, he should be able to get back by the 5 car to get one of them back to be 1 down.
If he doesn't cause the caution, because he's a loose man, he is sideways.
Watching the battle for 9th place here, Ryan Blaney.
Bubba's picking up the pace now. He pitted with Larson, so.
Blaney's Penske number 12.
He's on the same tires Larson's on.
There's about a foot between them. Maybe 2.
Maybe 6 inches. Oh, damn. They're touching.
Blaney moves the 19, or did the 19 get loose? I couldn't tell. He and Bubba just march on by.
Here's your Xfinity fastest lap.
I will say one thing about Larson's car, y'all. It looks perfect. I mean, comes off the corner. It's not
for the first 15 laps, the way Larson and the crew talked about their car, I was like, oh, did I make a mistake tonight? Nope, I didn't make a mistake.
Things are good for the 22 car of Joey Logano right now. Mike, early on in the race, told the team he was just a little bit
Logano passed Hamlin. I just noticed that.
He figured the car would come to him if he started off just a little bit tight, and that's what it has been doing. Paul Wolf on the radio, though, almost every lap reminding Joey, mind those rear tires, be careful. We still have many more laps to go before we get to this next break.
It's going to be amazing to see if these guys' tires can make it 100 laps, because a lot of these guys have not pitted. Over half the field ain't pitted at all. We're 75 laps in. We still got 25 to go before they throw a yellow.
That's why this Kyle Larson excels. He races dirt all over the place. He was a trendsetter. I was talking about him being on that apron, moving around, finding the grip in this racetrack. He found it, and you just see Ty Gibbs down there. Every single car on the track has migrated to the line he was running.
I heard a couple of drivers say dirt tracks have more grip than this track does. Some of the dirt tracks they race on has more grip than this place does. And listen, that sealer, that stuff that they glue the track together with.
Got a little taste of old school Richmond tonight with the sealer. That's probably why this race has been pretty decent.
It's easy to sell Larson right now. He's dominating this race.
Well, if you need Austin Dillon to perform on the level that Bubba's on, or at least Bubba, because they both pitted at the same time. Harvick, I think his car is just so bad he's out to lunch. He's a lost cause tonight, and he's about to get lapped.
And I think that's what he's trying to do. Cliff kind of told him this. Let's put as many a lap down as we can. Let's get them down. Let's kick them.
Now, what I saw right there, that's a different corner than I was talking about, Larry. He's all the way, see, all four tires on the concrete like I've been selling off the floor. He was in the apron off a two.
Harvick just got lapped. And the 5 is going to lap a lot more if it stays green. You see Keselowski's the next one.
The limit on these shocks, it just bottoms out. Said he'll almost yank the steering wheel out of your hand.
Well, I think the reason he's doing that, I think his tires are worn out. I think he's worn out his tires. He was trying to find a place where he can get a little grip so he can keep going.
Well, there's no question. I mean, new concrete down in 3 and 4, and you see the patch down here in 1 and 2. Watch him go across.
So Kevin Harvick is now the first car 1 lap down. Brad Keselowski, though, is about to be. Jamie.
Just to emphasize what Kyle Larson has just done and how incredible it is. As I said, his car was terrible in practice. They really didn't have much hope for tonight.
Larson excels in the All-Star race. No matter what track it's on. Charlotte, Texas, Wilkesboro, it don't matter.
They came in, they got tires, didn't even make an air pressure adjustment, and he literally drove to the front, gaining 15 spots.
Not unbelievable, but pretty close to it.
A lot of talent.
8-second lead.
Kyle Larson has led 26
And we've still got 19 more laps of him lapping guys.
We're going to take you Fox side by side.
I'm honestly shocked more guys didn't pit when that caution came out. Now, I know they said, they got the limited sets of tires. And I was like, well, maybe don't pit. But then as soon as I saw a few cars pit, I thought more would have pit with them. If I was outside, if I was 10th or worse, I'd have pitted for sure. I know the 24 and the 8 probably wish they had now because they had to make a green flag pit stop. I never get to bet on Larson because he's usually the favorite every other week. So any chance I get, I'm going to bet on him. Why does my chair feel like it's about to fall apart? Don't feel like it, but it's creaking and squeaking a lot. There's Gibbs passing Truex for a position. They better fucking move it because Larson's not far behind. A lot of these guys' nights are already over. And how good is Larson's car that it's taken Kyle Busch and William Byron this long to catch back up? They still haven't unlapped themselves. They're not far behind them, but they still haven't unlapped themselves. It's crazy.
Birmingham takes on New Orleans. Then at 9 p.m. on FS1, Philly battles Pittsburgh. And next Sunday, Michigan against New Jersey, 5:30 p.m. on FS1. 88 laps complete. Kyle Larson was told, take care of
Truex, last car on the lead lap.
The way he has done that is by opening up a 10.5-second lead.
He's about to lap the whole field, to tell you the truth. Good thing we got a caution coming up here pretty quick.
Simple form, that's a half a lap.
There you go. He's putting Truex a lap down.
You know, Mike,
putting Stenhouse 2 down.
Different than it ever was. It's always been a tire eater. And so, you know, we had a package that was pretty good and would take care of the tires. But you've got to have the right shock package, got to have the right spring package. You got to have a lot of things right in order to preserve those tires.
You see, they're right there in the track map. Half a track lead.
I'm surprised Suarez is still second. Hamlin's really fallen off. Bubba on his better tires is really starting to come to life here late in this run.
Race that a driver lapped the field here.
And Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson played everybody tonight. Reddick now, he's starting to show. He's up to 7th.
I must have been second.
But North Wilkesboro has always been notorious.
Bubba Wallace 3rd.
Green flag run
forever. I mean, that's how we won a lot of races here. Just got up on the green, kept on digging.
Terry Labonte was second that day.
Oh man, who wrote that?
You were in the top 10.
I was pretty good here.
Yep. 10 victories. Jones, Ryan Blaney going at it here for 10th place.
You know why I was good here?
400 out of 18,000 is pretty good.
You win Daytona, you can win Detroit, you win Darlington, but you better win North Wilkesboro.
And the reason, Junior Johnson is from Wilkes County.
And lives down the road 10 miles.
Right.
And you know what else he did?
Race is a long way from over. I'm curious to see where this goes when everybody gets back on equal tires. Does anybody have anything for Larson? Anybody?
It all started here. The Moonshine Days, Junior
Is Larson's car going to go back to being how bad it was for the first 15 laps when everybody gets back on equal tires? Or did they just take a swing at it as well as put tires on it
He goes to prison.
when they pitted at lap 20 or whatever it was?
He's a race car guy, won 50 races. Ronald Reagan pardons him. The most happiest day of his life, I'm telling you, was the day he got that pardon from Ronald Reagan. That was it was like the best thing that ever happened to Junior Johnson.
Great story. Junior served time at Chillicothe, but what's most important is they
Bubba Wallace going for second.
Running moonshine because
at least 15 fresher lap tires than Suarez.
When the revenuers showed up.
How about this? Bubba Wallace passes Suarez for second. He was my long shot favorite. Was good when we practiced there.
And you said that when?
Pre-race. He was my long shot pick.
Long shot.
Just thanks for reminding us.
Yeah. Oh, you tried to call me on it, weren't you?
Well,
it's a long shot.
I don't care what you call me, just call me.
He's a long ways back right now, but I'm telling you that it's a good long run car, much like he was in practice.
There is a lot of drivers want to see that caution because right now, Kyle Larson, he's caught basically that's about 10th or 11th. All
Coming to 3 to go till the caution.
Ty Gibbs at 16th. He's right there with Ty Gibbs right now.
Yeah, there's a 4 more laps to 100. I don't know when they're going to throw the caution. 100, they said. But it's a good thing for a lot of these guys, I'm telling you.
Ty Gibbs and company screaming, now, throw the caution. We're close enough to 100.
Help.
Kyle Busch trying to work his way back up through. Just moved Ryan Blaney. Now Busch has very fresh tires, but is 1 lap down now.
By the time the entire top 10 finishes lap 100, Larson will be on 105 before we get the yellow.
Of lap 100 after the field cycles through. On the 100th lap, which is a lap and a half from now.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of tires they put on other Goodyears, but they must be good buys, too, because I tell you, that 5 car is checked out.
But, Mike, half the top 6 right now, 3 of those drivers, Larson, Wallace, and Reddick, they're ones that pitted and got those 4 tires at lap 18.
Yeah, Reddick was down and out. Was the worst car on the track taken off. Larry, we both noted that.
All this because Stenhouse cleared himself across the 43.
Now he's running 6th.
But remember, as Jamie pointed out, Larson had to start tail end because of that speeding violation. And yes, he had new tires, and now he's got a 12-second lead as we come to the caution coming up here. And the battle for the free pass is going to be Martin Truex and William Byron.
Byron got a great run off of 4, but the caution hits Truex free pass. Oh, no, is it Ty Gibbs?
You know who's really, really glad to see that caution?
Oh, it was Truex. Okay.
Because he was getting ready to go
Gibbs was about to get lapped. The ticker had him 1 lap down.
Oh, my gosh.
Caution must have come out just before.
We had those 2 racing for the free pass. The question will be, when did Kyle Larson lap Ty Gibbs? He might be the free pass car.
They're hoping that Ty Gibbs is the free pass car because Truex and Byron can get this thing turned around and be a threat.
Wedge adjustment, something that might happen on these stops. Here's Larry Mack with the Toyota Cutaway car.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of wrenches go down in these back windows right here. So let's take a look at our Toyota Cutaway car rear wedge adjustment. You can adjust it on the left rear spring or the right rear spring. You see the whole.
Even though the race ain't that great, the Boomers will still be happy because Kyle Larson dominated. So North Wilkesboro is still a success. Yay.
That actually puts wedge in as well. And how this works is a coilover shock. You push all to push that down on the spring. If that's the left rear, you're putting wedge in.
And Darrell Waltrip didn't say boogity, boogity, boogity at the start of the race.
All about wedge in.
Get the air gun. Get the air reach.
I was going to say.
It's worth noting that North Wilkesboro is the last track where a Cup Series race had the leader lap the entire field.
We need that, and we need a driver who's got a soft foot.
So at the time of caution, NASCAR has ruled Ty Gibbs was on the lead lap. Martin Truex.
Truex is the free pass.
Oh, wow.
It was so close. He was in the process of lapping him. Light came out before. Saved the day for them. And Truex Jr.
3 drivers that bear watching here. Suarez, Logano, and Briscoe. They ended up 3-4-5 here at halftime. But they did it all on 1 set of tires and held top 5 positions.
Yeah, I think everybody's glad to see the caution except the 5 car.
Yeah, I think the only car that will not get here.
Larson wanted the race to go green.
I don't understand.
Pitt.
He might need tires on that thing. I won't go that far.
But you know, it's such a unique racetrack, and you know why it goes downhill on the front and uphill on the back. They didn't have they didn't have the equipment to shoot the track to get it level. They had to do it all by sight.
They also didn't have the money to run the equipment to level it.
They didn't have a string, they didn't have anything.
Jeff Gluck just said it's so refreshing to not have an all-star race with a completely bonkers gimmick. I agree.
It's the most patriotic day in racing when the best let freedom ring with 600 miles on hot.
So with the gap Kyle Larson put on the field, more importantly, the gap he put on the cars that restarted in front of him on fresh tires like he had, is Kyle Larson driving the next generation version of the T-Rex car right now? Is something up here?
He got those tires earlier, up 8 spots in the second. It's a little front turn. 5 of Kyle Larson says, I'm pretty good. I don't need anything. He was very stable. They reminded him, do not speed on pit road. Josh?
Second stop of the day for the 45 of Tyler Reddick. His biggest thing is loose on entry, tight in traffic. We're going to make an air pressure adjustment to help him out, Regan.
Daniel Suarez, the best of the cars so far that stayed out on that first caution. Team complimenting him on a job well done. The car right now, loose into the corners, tight through the middle, and loose off, meaning the backsliding on the exit of the corner.
And here's your race off pit road, sponsored by Ram.
Larson, Bubba, Suarez, Reddick, and Briscoe, the top 5 coming out of the pits.
Wallace, Suarez, Reddick, and Briscoe, the first 5 off pit road. Ross
Michael, I smell another payday.
Picks him up 3 spots.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. I'll be right back after a word from these sponsors. I have no sponsors. Are you getting what you paid? I'm really glad I stayed home, by the way. I'm enjoying watching the race, and I'm enjoying it more here than I would be if I was there.
To watch. Let's start with Clint. Who are you watching?
Man, you're gonna give me the first pick. I'm going with a guy. He's already won this All-Star race twice. He's going for his third. Kyle Larson, last to first, all the way.
I am not giving up on the man that started this race.
If Stenhouse didn't get spun, Suarez would have led every lap, and he'd be in the Kyle Larson spot.
Some changes. Keep an eye on that 99 car.
I kind of like this. I still like the 17 car.
17?
I'm not going to.
He's stuck on 17?
But he's running 7th. And then he's got a really good car, so don't count him out.
I hear you.
You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm with you. Might not be buying it.
What about you, Mike?
Chase Briscoe's the highest placed Ford that ran that first stint on one set of tires. Let's see what he can do. Daryl, I got a hint for you. He always gets to pick first.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
He hadn't figured out it's ones to watch, not ones to win.
It's all about winning in the DW.
All right, so we've got problems.
Denny Hamlin got fucked on pit road, right?
Too fast exiting.
Ross Chastain too fast.
Tire for Christopher Bell.
Christopher Bell uncontrolled tire. And Joey Logano.
Well, Mike, uncontrolled
Logano and Bill uncontrolled tires. Chastain spilled. Hamlin had a bad stop.
He actually was heads up in the seat as the driver. He kept the car parked on pit road, thinking if they would have grabbed that tire before he drove away, that it wouldn't be a penalty. Unfortunately, that's not going to
They had 2 uncontrolled tires.
From about 17th place back up to the front. The good news, though, that car is very fast. The team's very pumped up with him on the radio.
Larson and Bubba on the bottom. Reddick on the bottom. Suarez chooses at the top. That's probably going to end his race. You saw what it did to Almirola in the Open. That outside front row is tempting, but it's a trick. Do not fall for it.
That's a
Suarez fell
I've
for
never
it.
saw so many notes in my life.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought coffee spilled again.
No. Man's got more notes. He got notes from 1996.
I got notes when we won that 1990 race here.
Don't talk about that race.
So it's New Moon.
Maybe the only race you ever win with that boy.
Everybody mind under P's and Q's, that first 100 laps. That's out the window. It's time to get the haymakers out. Desperation time. It's going to set in.
What'll you do for $1 million? Let's find out. 90 laps to go, and they take the green.
Larson smoked Suarez in the restart zone there. That 23 ain't going to let you in. And Larson's opening up a gap already. Bubba into second. Reddick really stuck his nose in there on the 99. Guess Suarez going to drive off the corner and clear him. Clear him, Suarez. And we're not seeing any of it. Thank you, Fox. They're like, is Suarez going to clear him? And they just kept the camera pointed at nothing. And then you come back and see Suarez way up the track. So Reddick takes third. Man, that tire strategy has just flipped this entire race. It just handed it to Larson, Bubba, and Reddick. They have the track position, and they're on equal tires now.
Racing for 9th place, 10th place now with William Byron.
Hamlin really got screwed on pit road, I'm guessing. He was fading at the end of the last run, but pit crew didn't do him any favors.
Speed was good too.
But I think this started with their strategy. When they came to pit road at lap 18 and worked their way up through there, now they've got the track position.
So Hamlin finally gets in line behind Ty Gibbs in 12th.
I mean, it definitely, the strategy worked in their favor, right? I mean, it could have went the other way. It didn't. And they were certainly the benefactors. Who pitted on that lap 18? All 3 of your top 3 right there.
Yeah, and you know, we haven't said much about Wallace, but there he is running second, and the car looks pretty darn good.
And here comes Logano from the back after that speeding penalty, and Truex.
Truex got the lucky dog. Logano had to start at the rear. Chastain just drove in. I think he moved the 42 a little bit.
Starting to get, it's picking up, DW.
It's the bump and run. And he bumped him, but he didn't run.
If this goes green a long time and Bubba stays within a second of Larson, lap traffic will be a factor for sure. Truex driving in, hitting Logano again. Woo! Fox, will you zoom that fucking camera out? Good God. They were zoomed in on Joey Logano's fucking deck lid. Like, I can't see. Zoom the fuck out. Please. Oh, zoom. Oh, zoom. Oh, here comes another zoom. Oh. You could see more action if you zoom the camera out. I don't know if you know that or not. The more you can see, the more you can see. Did you guys know that?
But I think he just has a great feel for what the car is doing.
I think if he sticks with it, I agree. His feel's going to get him somewhere.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, we're on to something.
Josh Berry stuck up.
Josh Berry up on the outside line. William Byron's in the free pass spot. Hopefully these guys will race hard enough to create some free passes.
On the 48.
Hey, mark that because I said I thought I agreed with Clint.
Oh, I'll mark that down.
Yeah, mark that down.
Josh?
And remember, the 48 Josh Berry won the Open to get into this race. He felt good about his car in that one, but as far as this race, he's been really struggling. So during that last stop, they made a whole host of changes, hoping that they hit on something that can help him out, but he continues to fall back, guys.
All I know is that
You would think the extra laps from the Open would pay off more, but a lot of these guys were in the Open for a reason. Especially guys like Noah.
Might be the last time you see him if you get a restart.
with the bumper to him.
Here comes Busher to the inside of Briscoe.
Ooh, Briscoe bounced off the wall a little bit there on the straightaway. Chase sticks the nose in there. What, when you think you run low enough to keep a guy behind you, he puts his tires down on the concrete on the apron. Oh, that was a hard hit. Chase clobbered the 14 there into turn one.
It takes a big hit. Have a lot of tire underneath of them. That's one thing probably.
It's one of the hardest bumpy runs I've ever seen not end in a spin.
You used to just barely tap on them and you could get them loose because it was light on their feet. This thing with that massive tire, an inch and a half more rubber than we used to have, it takes a shot.
I agree.
Denny Hamlin riding the struggle bus outside the top 10, battling with a car that's a lap down. Harvick and Byron are the battle for the free pass. Hamlin's opened the door for Harvick here. And Harvick's going to take the spot for now.
Is there something with the setup, Larry, that you can help make that car float over that?
DW is right. Busher's up to 5th.
He's able to just master that apron and
But I don't, it's like the truck race all over again. Kyle Larson is going to win this race unless somebody has the balls to really knock the piss out of him. And they'll need a caution to do it. They're not going to catch him under green.
The adjustments is almost unlimited.
So, getting truck race vibes here.
really you can hear it kind of slam and throw the car around.
Truck race did have higher entertainment value, though.
Watch his wheel. When that thing goes wheel lock in the center and he doesn't move it anymore, see that?
Okay.
Tell all sign that that thing's tight. Those front tires aren't gripping.
No good.
All right, let's move to Chase Elliott. Just for a kind of a different look here. Elliott in 6th place.
Same type of way, having a difficult time. And look at where his line was. He just would not roll down the hill, turn back across, and get him that drive like you see on the 5 car. Wheel locked in the middle.
I think what happens is the driver complains about being loose. They put wedge in the car, it makes it worse. I think some of these cars just have too much wedge in them.
It's good to see Cup cars under the lots. We don't see that much anymore. Atlanta in the summer, Daytona in the summer, Bristol night race, and this. Right. And, well, Darlington in the fall, Charlotte as well. But we don't get night racing that much anymore. When I was a kid, I was so fascinated by night racing. It's like, big deal, they race at night. But I was a kid, I'm like, oh, it's so cool.
In the right rear, and you take a round out the left rear, and you will set sail.
Hey, he just did your job, Larry.
Yeah, but there's no taking out of the fronts anymore on this deal, the way this works.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble, DW.
Okay, well, we'll go back to the back.
Christopher Bell got up against Brad Keselowski there.
Larson's got about a 2-second lead on Bubba.
See, Mike, that's the only problem with him. With Larry,
You just kind of run where you are.
Be on your toes about setup, because he knows. McMillan's nose set up.
At least if it stays green, it's over quickly.
I promise you, week to week, you two both know how to win here. 10 for you and 2 for Larry.
Stop right there.
They're running out of shit to talk about. They've mentioned Daryl's 10 wins at Wilkesboro and the 2 races Larry Mack won here as a crew chief a million times.
All-Star wins trying to join Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt at second on the All-Star all-time list as we go back side by side.
They go side by side, but nobody in this race is side by side. It's what I feared. 69 to go, no? There's nothing happening. Nothing happening at all. The only thing that will save this race is if Bubba Wallace junks Kyle Larson for the win. Right now, that is the only thing that would make me wish I was there. If Bubba Wallace, in front of that crowd that booed him that much, wrecks Kyle Larson for the win, oh, I'd want to be there so bad. I'd be like, quick, get me an Uber to North Wilkesboro before the crowd leaves. God damn it. I need to be there. Bubba would do it. He's not going to get the chance, though. I don't think he's going to get the chance.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear.
This is an ass-kicking of epic proportions. We've had 2 leaders, and the race is 3/4 of the way over.
The blimp to get the rest of the pack in the shot. Man, he is stinking up our show, boys.
Yeah, but you know what? I just saw him come off turn 4, and I don't know how he kept it out of the wall. The inside wall I'm talking about, he was right up next to it.
Because he's Kyle Larson.
He is. He's a great guy.
Honestly, Darryl, we watched him all season. There is not a driver that has the car control that Kyle Larson does.
I agree.
Well, you certainly see it, you know, and honestly, the year that he sat out, I mean, all the facets of racing that he was on, sprint cars, late models, I mean, total dominant, and if there was a race to be had, he was in it. Yeah. His butt was behind the wheel of something, and I think he put that to good use and took that confidence, brought it right back to the Cup Series, wins a championship, and has never looked back.
North Wilkesboro is the 199th track on which Kyle Larson has raced.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Chicago Street Course will be the 200th, I guess.
He's playing a video game, and his dad, he and his dad are playing a video game. And he tells his dad, he said, I want to start in the back. And he said, so why do you want to start in the back for? So I can pass them all.
Jamie?
You guys were discussing the field.
When I play NASCAR Heat, I start in the back because I can't qualify for shit in that game anyway.
He doesn't always feel like it's as accurate or that it compares to actually being in the seat. You look at the rest of this field, they spent a few hours on this racetrack in simulation. I thought that was interesting. He goes by feel and he jumps from car to car. The week he's had, you guys, he won the Xfinity Series race at Darlington, a sprint car race on Tuesday, won the Truck Series race yesterday, then comes in here and
Be the first driver to win the All-Star race on 3 different racetracks.
And if you ask him what setup is under the car, he'll say
Be what, the 4th 3-time winner, but the only to win on 3 different tracks.
Never has done. I tell you another funny thing about him is he doesn't know how to work on anything. It makes me laugh.
The others were Gordon, Earnhardt, and Johnson. They won 3, but not on 3 different racetracks.
Half-inch wrench. Nah, I think that's a toolbox over there. I think it's over there.
That's what Junior's brother did to Herb Nab. Herb kept telling the handyman, he finally took the toolbox over by the car and dumped it out. He said, "There, get what you want."
9th place race here. Ty Gibbs trying to get to Eric Jones, and now Chase Elliott in 6th with Chris Buescher just ahead. 55 laps to go.
And of all those drivers that got
If Bubba moves or spins or does anything to Kyle Larson for this win, the beer cans that were thrown at Jeff Gordon at Talladega will look like a walk in the park. North Wilkesboro will never reopen. They'll destroy the facility tonight. The catch fences will be torn down. The track will be ruined. They'll burn all the buildings.
In 15th place, his teammate Daniel Suarez led twice for 55 laps early.
He got that speeding penalty, though, on that last caution.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought Ross would be a real contender, but I don't think it's going to be that way tonight.
The number 5 has gone to victory lane in the Cup Series in Wilkesboro 3 times. All Rick Hendrick-owned cars. Jeff Bodine in 1989, Terry Labonte in 1994, and the spring race of 1996, the track's final season.
I'm going to go back to that Open win with Josh Berry. I was corrected by the boss of Hendrick Motorsports after this Open because I missed this. They won 5 Opens with 5 different drivers. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Rick Hendrick did.
He let you know it.
Oh, yeah.
Rick's a great guy. I love him.
I want to wish Alex Bowman a speedy recovery. He is coming along well, and we'll see him back in the series before too long. And what of Josh Berry? He's been the super sub this year.
I'm going to give him praise. Kid's done a whale of a job. Doesn't matter the task. He's got in 2 different cars. Now, granted, it was with the same organization, Hendrick Motorsports, but has knocked it out of the park with both. And I guarantee you're going to see him in this Cup Series because of the job he's done this year filling in for those cars.
You know where he's from, right?
No.
Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Where's that at?
Something about Nashville.
Oh, really?
You know where he cut his teeth, don't you? Fairgrounds.
Nashville Fairgrounds.
Nashville Fairgrounds.
Was that a good track for you?
It was real good. Yeah, I won 12 times there.
All right.
Do you ever not know that you go?
I don't know.
Nobody else has been.
I don't know how many times I won. I just mess with you.
You know, Mike, I feel like we need to set the stage because we've got 49 laps to go, so we're halfway through this second stint here. And obviously you can go the distance on fuel. Now, remember the rule. You can only change 1 set of sticker tires in this second stage after that competition caution we had. I think to the threshold, especially with the look that the race has, if we get a caution, everybody's going to come get that set of sticker tires.
I agree, Larry. There are a couple of fellows who are just really fighting for grip here.
Yeah, they are.
That was the threshold that I was hoping that we wouldn't see, right? I was hoping there would be a caution that would split this up and give, a chance for somebody to gamble. I think that's off the table now. You're going to have to.
Larson's got about a 4-second lead.
He drove from the back to the front, and he's been out front ever since.
My fantasy scenario is really going to need a caution.
Of the race, that opportunity at lap 18 to come in and put tires on, it's not on the table now.
Rick Hendrick, 10 All-Star victories, 51 top 5s. Most by any team. Just has dominated the All-Star race.
You know, for my career, it takes me back to the Jimmy Johnson era. I mean, it was 5 years in a row he won championships, and that All-Star, that Charlotte racetrack in particular, that 48 car was lights out.
Oh, yeah. Well, what is it? Lowe's Motor Speedway then won it, and he was sponsored by Lowe's. I don't know if I had anything to do with it or not, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. He's down there in the pit somewhere. He'll probably see me when the race is over there.
You know, Daryl's seen more black helicopters at racetracks than I think the CIA owns.
I think Larry was flying a couple of them.
But then they started disguising them. They were only black on the inside.
Yeah.
Bell and Logano, 11th and 12th. After having uncontrolled tire penalties, both of them coming toward the front, but 44 laps to go. Bubba Wallace has had quite a race.
Hey, they're finally talking about Bubba. It's insane that they passed up so many chances to talk about Bubba.
Been fast all weekend long. Both of those cars, 23-11, brought the grit for this racetrack for their drivers, and proofs in the pudding right there, second and third place. Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's okay.
They never talk about Bubba when he's actually doing something.
He really felt the same way I did about the 17. He thought the 17 was going to be the car to beat tonight.
Chris Buescher sits 5th behind Daniel Suarez. So in the top 5, 2 Chevys, Larson 1st, Suarez 4th, Toyota 2nd and 3rd, and Buescher the first Ford in the race in 5th right now.
Is there now?
And Briscoe moving up.
Yeah, Briscoe passed Elliott for 6th. Nobody cares, though.
Chase Briscoe to 6th.
Briscoe was right. He's got a pretty good car. But there's only one great car in the whole race. 40 to go. 4.5 seconds. Guys, I think I made the right decision by staying home today. I would have probably had a fun time anyway. And you never know what happens with 40 to go. There could be cautions, and then guys start killing each other. All it takes is one caution, and it turns into a clusterfuck that's memorable, for the rest of time. We'll never remember how shit the first 3 quarters of this race were if there's a late caution. So you never know. But as of now, I'm glad I made the call to stay home. I did not go to Martinsville in the spring this year for this exact same reason. So I was like, what am I thinking? I know it's North Wilkesboro, but geez. I think I'll just stay home. Because I didn't feel good anyway. I feel a little better now. But I couldn't have been out in that sun today. At least it was a quick race. You guys can still go enjoy your evening. Oh, wait. You guys probably have to work or go to school tomorrow. Not me. I'm off on Mondays. Very happy to be off on Mondays. Couldn't see. Was that a lap car? No, Briscoe's passing Buescher for 5th. And now Chase is passing Buescher for 6th. 14 must have roughed up the 17 a little bit. Any chance I try streaming the Indy 500? I can't because I'm going to Charlotte that day. I would, but I'm going to Charlotte that day for the 600. But I would love to stream the Indy 500. I'm never going to get to because I just go to Charlotte every year. I'll be watching. I will be watching the Indy 500. Caden, one of the weirdest years of my life was the school year that started the year after I graduated. I was like, shit. It's like, what do I do now? I remember the first day of school that I didn't have to go to. It was the fall of 2012. I was like, yeah, school starts back today. And I'm like, it's weird. I can't go. Man, where's this Briscoe speed coming from? He blew by Chase. He blew by Buescher. He just passed Suarez. And blew the corner there, and never mind, Suarez passed him back. There goes that progress. Oh, he gets back to the inside. He's bringing Chase with him. Chase, he got by Chase, and now he's basically Chase Elliott's fullback. He's helped Chase gain a couple of spots here. Oh, my God, something kind of happened. Kinda. Actual passing. NASCAR will probably post all the loop data after this race and go, that was the greatest all-star race of all time. 4-second lead, coming to 31 to go for Kyle Larson. I'll take the easy money. But I would trade that money for a late caution and Bubba to wreck Larson and go on and win the race in front of that crowd. I would trade that money. I love Kyle Larson and I love Bubba, but to see that crowd reaction if Bubba fucked Larson and won the race, man, that would be something special.
3-second lead, and the crew chief's telling him he might be able to do a little bit better. Give me a break, man.
30 laps to go.
Trying to track him down. Bubba in his third appearance in the All-Star race. Fifth is his best, but they just told him on the radio, from this point forward, we need to beat the 5 by a 10 to catch him. Close the gap a little bit, but I think he's going to have...
That ain't going to be enough, kids.
Who is doing that, Jamie, is Chase Briscoe.
Oh, Caden, you poor bastard. You got tricked into going to college. I'm kidding. Good for you. Go to college. Make something of yourself. Succeed where I failed.
That number 14 from Stuart Haas, right now, fastest car on the racetrack.
And has been for the last 8 to 10.
Briscoe is the fastest car on the track, but he's 8 seconds behind with 29 laps to go. Funny how guys are only ever the fastest when they're not in contention for the fucking win.
Let's give you a comparison of driving lines between leader Kyle Larson and runner-up Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, kind of like Cliff Daniels just being nitpicky. Not much difference there.
No.
See him.
That's where the difference is there. The
Watch
exit
before drive.
Yeah.
Because you see, he dipped down, hooked that concrete patch, had all 4 tires, both rear tires right there. You see on the exit, boom. That's a 10th and a half every single time.
But Wallace and Tyler Reddick, who that lap was the fastest car on the track, are both making some inroads on Larson's lead. Josh?
Yeah, the team just came over the radio and told the 45 cancel the save, and the 14 and the 9 are coming.
Hey, Bubba cut 3/10 off the lead, but he's still 3.5 seconds back.
Cancel the save was out the window a while back. Worst words I ever heard in a car, DW.
Guys always are the fastest car in the race when they're 5th on a long green flag run, and the leader's already got a huge gap.
I got a long road to hoe.
You know what my drivers told me?
Why are they all in front of me then?
One of my drivers told me, I said, you're catching leader, and he said, why is he getting smaller?
Appreciate the optimism, Coach, but
thanks, buddy.
I'm not seeing it.
Well, Briscoe has taken 3/4 of a second out of Larson's lead, but is still in 4th, and that's why they told Tyler Reddick 14's coming.
I really don't.
NASCAR, I know they've got their finger hovering over that caution button. They're ready for the slightest thing to throw a yellow.
Be careful of the lappers.
It's just like last year.
He's catching lappers, but I tell you, at this point in the race, the lappers are being pretty cordial to him.
They are. They're moving over most of them. Everyone I've seen, they just move out of his way.
Every year, oh my God, the All-Star race is always intense. It's always crazy. They'll wreck each other. They'll do anything, and then look, nothing happens.
This big All-Star moment. There's Darryl.
Now we're talking about Darryl winning the All-Star race. Show 89 now, so I can laugh.
I had nothing to do with that.
Well, I was in the broadcast booth, and Neil Bonnet was with me, and Neil was hotter than a 4th of July firework. He goes, I go, what, Neil? He goes, he clutched it.
Neil was your teammate. Listen to him laugh.
I don't know anything about that. I'm just a driver.
Something happened, huh?
I didn't reckon. That's all I know.
20 laps to go next time by, Regan.
Well, Mike checking in with the 14 team of Chase.
Anybody got any buckshot in their frame rail tonight? Oh, Michael, you're back. You didn't miss anything. Just me fantasizing about a late caution and then Bubba Wallace wrecking Kyle Larson for the win in front of that crowd.
And that number continues to drop for Chase Briscoe.
You also missed me saying, yep, I made the right decision today.
4 seconds, first to second.
If I pass up on the chance to go to a NASCAR race, especially at a place like North Wilkesboro, you know it's going to be bad. My instincts are pretty good.
Thank you, Mike. I'm glad that I really didn't have anything to do with it.
Trust your instincts. Got those NASCAR Jedi instincts, man. I can see things before they happen.
Had to start at the tail of this field, transferred through the open. He's the highest running Gibbs Toyota driver right now, inside the top 10, 9th. Just what he's been doing the last month or two, just below the radar, hitting the ball right down the middle.
And he did a great thing here on the night of the Pit Crew Challenge, which his team won.
Yeah.
And we interviewed Tide, and he named every one of his over-the-wall crewmen by name.
I could never do that.
Attaboy.
I knew Hammond, that's about it. They were Hammond's guys. Anything went wrong was Hammond's fault.
17 to go. Come on, NASCAR. Somebody up there in race control is going to fall asleep, and their head's going to hit the caution light button, and then we'll have some fun.
You know, it's funny, Mike. You think
How's somebody not going to blow a tire? We'll have gone 90 laps by the end of this thing on the set of tires.
You start to hear things, feel things, see things.
Daryl, I'm not seeing anything.
I think I got a flat there. No, I think I'm okay. I'm getting loose. No, I'm okay. You just go crazy.
As the crowd started leaving early yet, they still look pretty packed in there. Of course, if I was there, I wouldn't be able to fucking leave early. I'd have been in the infield. There ain't no tunnel. You got to wait until the race is over to get the hell out.
In case they get into one another, something happens there. Let them get it sorted out. Catch them one at a time. Roll by them. You got a lot of room here. Be patient.
6th place here.
Hey, Ozzy.
I never got full throttle. Did you hear that? No. Spun the tires all the way down that straightaway. We were basically 76.
Dude, I've seen that happen. I saw a black dude at the 600 wearing a Fuck Bubba Wallace t-shirt. I'm not even kidding. I think that was last year.
Eric Jones in 8th. He is 15 seconds off the lead, and Ty Gibbs is almost right to him here.
Based on how that 43 car was last night, and I realized we had some wet weather conditions.
I don't know if I can buy your thing and give you drug money. Fuck off.
Here they are inside the top 10 as well.
Hey, Ozzy. Hey, Ozzy.
Very close pack here.
Ozzy missed me while I was gone all
Looking
week.
for something to happen. It might be in this group.
I'm looking for something to happen.
Boyer, I'm with you. I want the money, but I'd also love to see Bubba fuck Larson out of a win in front of that crowd. These people in North Carolina don't deserve good things. They deserve to be angry after a race. If I had to go watch the end of the 2011 Coke 600 live and in person, these fuckers deserve to watch something bad happen here with Bubba and Larson. But it's not to be.
You're just not going to overcome a pit road penalty like that, especially with a race that's going caution-free like this. Holy smoly.
Holy smoly.
Martin Truex about to go a lap down here. He is 14th. Last car in the lead.
Truex, last car in the lead lap, and then Denny Hamlin's just in front of him. Hamlin just fell the fuck off with about 10 to go before the competition caution, and has not recovered since.
Take some rebound out, something to where that thing will float down across the apron and give Kyle Busch and his 5 car the grip that he does.
Don't want somebody blow a tire or do something. I just want to have a chance for my dream scenario to happen.
You know, when you're stepping up the shocks, you're fast. I think sometimes you just don't get enough practice to really get things sorted out.
All right, Larson gets past Hamlin. That leaves just 11 other.
It's got big 2008 All-Star race energy. Are we still at Texas? I can't tell the difference. A popular thing to say on Twitter in the NASCAR world is never forget what they took from us, and they'll show like an old picture of an old race or something. Somebody today as a joke put never forget what they took from us, and it was a screenshot from the All-Star race last year.
Brad Keselowski at 6 right here. He's got a pretty good gap to the next car there.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been to a bunch of races. I hear Bubba get booed. Sometimes he gets cheered more. It's different from different racetracks. At Charlotte, he got cheered a lot. At Bristol, he got booed a lot. At Atlanta, he got cheered. So it's just different. I've never been so unenthused to win a race bet.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the Gibbs cars in this second half.
Christopher Bell's running that line that I run at IRP on NASCAR 2005 because my car is always tight as shit and I got to hit the apron to get the piece of shit to turn.
Well, they are, and they're getting after each other, too.
Ooh, Logano and Ross. Is this going to be our yellow? Do it, Ross. Come on, Ross. Do it, Ross. He ain't gonna do it. He can't get there. Boo. Just like McDowell pushed out with Ty Gibbs today. Ross is pushing out on giving us a fun finish.
Maybe Ross just wants to see a caution to see how this thing will come out too. 12 cars on the lead lap back to Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson.
I made the right decision. I stayed home today.
I mean, Kyle Larson definitely wants to see that checker flag, but the biggest flag he wants to see first is that white flag.
That's right.
We know we got his race in.
Promise you. It's coming.
All the way to the bank.
2 to go.
One more time, and then you're home free.
Is he?
Everybody's pretty spaced out here. I don't see anybody on each other's bumper. I think that's what you're going to see, Larry. One thing I will say, this Wilkesboro crowd...
I hope his fucking tire explodes. Oh, that'd be so funny. White flag.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Sorry, Oz.
He won at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He won at Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh, I wish that tire would just come apart right now.
Yes, sir.
He'd probably still win. Well, Michael, I accept cash. For the second week in a row, I win a race bet. Hey, Larson won, and it was awful, just like I said it was going to be. Woo!
Won the truck race.
All I can tell you is it'd be a good thing I had my seatbelt on. I'd be jumping out of that car. I said, give me a break, man.
Buddy, that's what I talk, taking all their money.
$1 million.
Bubba Wallace very strong for second. Tyler Reddick third. 23-11 carried the flag for Toyota.
Watch his burnout.
Chase Briscoe the first 4 in third. Chase Elliott the second Hendrick Chevy in fifth. Ryan Blaney for Team Penske, Daniel Suarez for Team Trackhouse, and Eric Jones for Legacy Motor Club. Ty Gibbs for Joe Gibbs Racing, and Joey Logano for Team Penske. Your top 10.
He's going to burn it down all the way around here. That's his
2 wins in a row, Michael. 2 weeks in a row.
You gonna make it tonight? That pretty much weak to me.
Bubba Wallace in second. That's pretty cool. Wish it was a points race. Bubba finished 4th at Kansas and 5th at Darlington. So Bubba, I know the All-Star race doesn't count. 3 straight top 5 finishes. Going to Charlotte next week, where he was really strong last year before he got cucked by NASCAR's shitty damage repair policy with a winning race car. Bubba could have won that race last year. A lot of guys could have won that race last year. It was a fucking shit show, but he was legitimately fast.
Third career All-Star win for Kyle Larson in his 7th
3 different tracks for Larson in the All-Star race. That's pretty cool. You would have won money on that would have been a good payday.
on 3 different tracks.
I just keep betting on the best car.
That's a burnout all the way around North Wilkesboro Speedway. Full lap.
He ain't done yet.
Them poor rear tires say, God, I hope you're about done.
That's the only car that would do that.
The most exciting thing in this race is the burnout.
Rear tires are that good. Saved a lot out there. Unbelievable. What a job, kid.
11th All-Star win.
Larson's still basically a kid. He's still pretty young. He's been in Cup since 2014, but he's young.
Jimmy Johnson with 4, and Jeff Gordon with 3, and now Kyle Larson is a 3-time All-Star winner.
Larson and I are about the same age.
He's 30 now. Can we still call him?
I'm 29. He's 30.
I can't. Okay.
DW definitely can.
He's young in my book.
You can't see.
Kyle Larson is only just now entering his prime, by the way. You just say fuck yeah. At least didn't say the other word.
Have a celebration.
Oh, we will.
Come on.
Here's Regan Smith.
The Cup Series returns.
Woo, that was a stinker,
for the first
though.
time since 1996. Kyle, you sweep the weekend, this moment, and this racetrack. What does this one mean?
This, I can't even tell you what it means. You know, this is my 3rd All-Star win and my 3rd different track. So this is in a historical place like this. You guys in the crowd made this weekend so awesome. We could feel the atmosphere all weekend. So So much fun there. That was old school ass whipping for sure. You know, we had a great car on the long run there, and was just thinking that for sure there's going to be a caution, right? You know,
I was thinking the same.
I could see everybody's cars are driving like crap in front of me, but I cannot thank this 5 team enough. You know, we were god awful all weekend. Practice, I was like the worst on 30 lap average. Went backwards in the heat race yesterday. You obviously had some strategy work out there in the beginning, but we drove from dead last to the lead and checked out by, I don't know, 12 or 13 seconds, and then just could pace myself there.
The on-track product sucks, but this track is awesome.
Everything that my car did bad on Friday and Saturday did great today. So, again, thanks to the 5 team, Cliff Daniels, Cal Stewart, too. Cal Stewart's our engineer. We bust his balls all the time because every time he's at the track, something bad happens. So, this one's for him, and I told him the other day, he said he's going to like 5 of the next 6. Like, well, we're going to win 5 of the next 6 at least. So, here we go.
Kyle Larson wins the All-Star race in NASCAR's return to North Wilkesboro.
Ross Chastain didn't hit anybody. That's the good news. That's why Larson won. Ross couldn't get near him to hit him.
What a performance, a dominating performance by Kyle Larson.
Well, he said what it was, and that's what it was. Old-fashioned for sure.
A butt whipping.
Wore out race.
Ooh, fight in the grandstands. I'm seeing a video of it now from Moonhead.
And I tell you, when I look at his numbers right now and the speed he's got week in and week out, we're halfway through the regular season. They look like they could be on pace to the same season they had a couple of years ago. I'm telling you, they are on fire right now.
I'm going down there and I'm going to find that magic wand. Because they had a magic wand they waved over that car tonight.
Well, that thing gave it to him.
No, I don't.
Larson sucked in the heat races. He sucked for the first 15 laps, caught one caution, and took off.
That was fun.
It's good to see you three back together.
Yep, good to have the band back together. Kyle Larson gave him a whipping tonight. What a night as NASCAR returns to North Wilkesboro. Our Charlotte studio will have more coverage of tonight's NASCAR All-Star race.
Well, you heard him. The Charlotte studio will have more coverage, but man, we're fucking done here. Jesus Christ. I'm going to go play Star Wars now. Good night, guys. Really glad I stayed home. I am so fucking thrilled. I won money and I stayed home. Yes, Mr. Ozzy. What are you doing, Mr. Ozzy? Huh? Yeah, he's happy I stayed home too. Good.